Your pediatrician prescribed MiraLAX for your child's constipation and told you it was safe. But weeks later, your child is experiencing meltdowns, anxiety, and behavioral changes you've never seen before. You start wondering if something is wrong, but no one warned you this could happen. Here's what most parents don't know. MiraLAX is not FDA approved for children under 17, and the FDA has received numerous reports of serious neuropsychiatric side effects in kids, including anxiety, aggression, paranoia, and obsessive compulsive behaviors. So this video is for parents whose children are taking MiraLAX or other laxatives for chronic constipation, especially if you've noticed behavioral changes, mood swings, or worsening anxiety. It's also for parents who want to understand why their child's constipation keeps coming back despite medication. So in this video, you'll discover why MiraLAX isn't FDA approved for children under 17 and the side effects your doctors didn't mention, how the perfect storm creates nervous system dysfunction that shows up as constipation, why laxatives only care for the signs instead of restoring natural digestive function, and their neurological approach that helps kids heal without medications or scary side effects. So Abby never imagined that a medication recommended by her pediatrician could make her son worse. Thomas had struggled with constipation since infancy, and when the doctor prescribed MiraLAX, she trusted it would help. But instead, Thomas developed severe behavioral side effects, anxiety, aggression, and emotional outbursts that seemed to come out of nowhere. Mom said, "I had no idea MiraLAX could make his behavior worse. My doctor definitely didn't tell me that, and he mentioned nothing about MiraLAX side effects." Now, Abby's experience is not rare. According to the American Academy of Family Physicians, constipation affects up to 30% of children worldwide, and many pediatricians turn to polyethylene glycol, the active ingredient in MiraLAX, as a first-line care plan. But the potential risks are often overlooked, leaving parents like Abby searching for answers as to why their child's health deteriorates instead of improves. So the first question, MiraLAX isn't FDA approved for kids. So why are doctors prescribing it? MiraLAX is not FDA approved for children under 17, so pediatric use is considered off-label. Now, off-label use refers to prescribing FDA-approved drugs for unapproved indications, dosages, age groups, or routes of administration. It is a legal and common medical practice. However, the FDA has received numerous reports of neuropsychiatric side effects in children: anxiety, aggression, mood swings, paranoia, OCD behaviors, leaving us to question why it's continuing to be prescribed off-label. Now, common side effects of MiraLAX include bloating, gas, nausea, cramping, diarrhea, and in rare cases, severe bleeding or electrolyte imbalances. It's up to you to look up these side effects for each medication you or your child is using, as doctors don't often go through all of that with you. Now, traditional medicine cares for constipation as a symptom to manage, not a signal that something deeper is wrong. So when side effects appear, doctors adjust the dosage or add in more medications to get rid of the side effects, keeping kids dependent and in an unending loop while the root cause remains untouched. Now, the next question we have to look at is, how does MiraLAX work and why that's a problem? So MiraLAX works through osmosis, pulling water into the intestines to artificially soften the stool. This bypasses your child's natural digestive processes that should be regulated by the nervous system. So digestion is regulated by a complex two-part nervous system consisting of the intrinsic enteric nervous system within the GI tract walls and the extrinsic central nervous system. Now, they work together via the vagus nerve to control motility, secretion, and digestion, often referred to as rest and digest. So the nervous system acts like an air traffic controller, coordinating every aspect of digestion from start to finish. But MiraLAX is like pressing the gas pedal with the parking brake on. You're forcing movement but straining the entire system. So let's get into the perfect storm. Why constipation started long before you noticed. So prenatal stress affects the developing baby's nervous system, creating heightened fight or flight response patterns. Then if you add in birth trauma, especially birth interventions like C-sections, forceps, or vacuum, that can cause physical force and stress to the spine, creating subluxations that disrupt nervous system communication. Then if you add in environmental toxins like heavy metals, pesticides, plastics that interfere with normal nervous system function. Antibiotic overuse disrupts gut bacteria balance and weakens digestive health with each round. These factors combine to create a sustained sympathetic dominance in which your child's nervous system is like a computer with too many tabs open, unable to coordinate basic digestive functions and becoming overwhelmed. So, what is the neurological path forward? How we address the root cause? So, neurologically focused chiropractic care identifies and addresses subluxations causing nervous system dysfunction. Insight scans provide a detailed picture of your child's nervous system. HRV, or heart rate variability, looks at the sympathetic and parasympathetic balance. Thermal imaging, or thermography, looks at inflammation in the body. And SEMG looks at neuromuscular tension patterns. Now, gentle adjustments reduce sympathetic stress and activates vagus nerve function to restore rest and digest mode. Digestive motility is often one of the first functions to improve when nervous system balance is restored. Now, looking back at Thomas's story, his insight scans revealed subluxations and sympathetic dominance, but after several weeks of care, bowel movements normalized, stomach pain subsided, and behavior improved so dramatically that he discontinued ADHD medication. So your child's constipation isn't just a digestive problem, it's a neurological one. And while MiraLAX may provide temporary relief, it comes with some serious potential side effects and doesn't address why your child's nervous system can't regulate digestion properly. It could also be the case of you're doing everything right, but possibly in the wrong order. The foundation has to come first. When you restore nervous system function, everything else can finally work the way it's supposed to. That increased water intake, physical activity, and fiber-rich diet you've been pushing for your child is going to be much more effective after their nervous system starts functioning better. So if your child is struggling with chronic constipation or has experienced side effects from MiraLAX or other medications, we encourage you to explore drug-free alternatives. Click the link in our bio, send us a DM, or schedule directly with us at Foundation of Stone Chiropractic in the Hardin Valley area of Knoxville, Tennessee. Your family deserves hope, health, and healing.